umekam na mazuri. Still your heart muro na warui. I'm a fan of everything that you do.
So welcome to Women Takeover Wednesdays. Yay. This is a show where we, invite phenomenal women like yourself over, and we just have different conversations and we get to know you. And so my first question of the evening is, how are you?
How am I? I could be better.
Yeah.
I don't say I'm good. I say I could be better, but I'm rolling with the punches and just doing the best I can to doing the best I can to be the best musician I could be.
Which you are.
Which I am.
Which you are. Amen. Amen. And so for those who do not know who Wangechi is, who is Wangechi?
I know, some people do not know who I am, especially Gen Z.
Yeah.
Because I am I always forget I'm older than I think I am in this industry. I always come back and I'm just like, I'm back. So now I feel like I'm upcoming, but really I'm quite old. For those who don't know who I am, as Wangechi, I am a female rapper. Or in other words, I am a rapper. I hate it when guys say female rapper and rapper. I'm an MC, I'm a singer, and I am a songwriter. And I'm also a adrenaline lover, adrenaline junkie, if you could say it like that.
Same.
What have you done?
Hey, okay, I've not done the crazy stuff like bungee jumping, but I like to go deep sea diving once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go too. But I just want to first compliment you on your bad girl vibes.
Thank you.
That is the first thing when I started listening to your music.
Thank you.
I got this bad girl gangster vibes from you.
Thank you.
Do you feel like that's a front you put up, or that's Wangechi? Who, when it comes to your vibes, are you sweet, or are you, what you see is what you get?
Okay, so let's say I have different characters. So there's Wangechi and then there's Gish. Gish is the person I am at home. So I wear Wangechi so I can put her on when I'm going somewhere, and then when I get home I remove her, now I'm Gish. So Wangechi is a bad girl. I wouldn't say bad girl, but don't mess with me. I hope whoever's listening to this knows don't mess with me.
Don't mess with Wangechi.
And then there's Gish. Gish is cool, calm and collected and very introverted. Yeah, but I still have the coolness inside me even though I'm introverted. Yeah.
Let me just be that person and ask you your zodiac sign, please.
I'm a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn?
Moon and
awesome.
an Aries. Capricorns. And you're a Capricorn?
No, I'm a Leo, but I'm a Capricorn moon.
Wow.
Capricorn rising.
Wow.
So basically I'm a Capricorn.
You are. If you have that, you are a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Capricorn sun, Aries moon, Aries rising.
Damn.
But then everything else is Capricorn. So...
Hey, so you're just a full cap.
I'm a full cap.
That's
I don't
dope.
cap. I'm a cap.
Hey, that's dope. So where did you learn how to spit like that?
Where did I learn how to spit? I'm a self-taught spitter.
Because your flow is sick.
Thank you, but that took a lot of practice. Yeah, people think it came naturally, but so when I was young, I just used to copy Nazizi's songs.
Yeah.
So I learned how to rap by learning how to mimic Nazizi.
Big up to Nazizi.
Yeah. And then when I moved on, I started writing my own raps.
Yeah.
Then started perfecting rap, I think, when I started making music. Because I was with a producer who had to ensure I get everything right before it goes out anywhere. So I really work on my flow delivery more than anything else. Yeah.
And what's that like? Like, you have to practice how, you say certain syllables and how certain...
It's syllables, by the way. It's syllables. I noticed something, like, especially when we were recording Chonjo Kaa, different rappers have different syllables that they say better than others. So, like, there'll be something I'm able to say, and there's something he's not able to say because of the heaviness of our tongues. So rap has a syllable tactic inside it of how it's delivered. Yeah.
Awesome. That's amazing. So now, Chonjo, what happened? The album has now been...
The album is nowhere.
It's
in my computer though. In case you want to come and listen to it, come to my house. I'll charge a G. You enter, I cook for you. And we listen to the album again. But there are some copyright claims that are not true. That somebody raised on the different stores, and that has led to the music being taken down. Though it was only supposed to be for 4 songs, it ended up affecting all 6 of them. And the wildest thing is, I'm just like, those are things I own. Like, I've done everything. I've paid the money, I've sent the contract, and it's like your car. You walk outside your house, and your car is gone. That's exactly how I felt today morning. Because I'm just like, I worked so hard to bring this car here.
Imagine.
Paid my insurance. I've made sure the tires are working well. The car is cleaned every morning.
Yeah.
And then I come outside and then somebody has taken my car and is claiming that it's theirs. So that's exactly what has happened in the best way I could explain it. Yeah.
In case you did not know, Wangechi dropped an album with Scar last Friday, and it's been pulled down because of some copyright issues. But we will still be listening to some of her music.
Exactly.
From Chonjo, and it'll get back up. We'll have it back up on all streaming platforms.
For sure. Run it up, guys. Run it up.
But for now, you can listen to it on YouTube Music and
Audiomack.
Yes. Audiomack. So tell me more about your album, Chonjo. Why a collaborative album?
Why a collaborative album? Because I went missing, or rather, I removed myself, ejected myself from the industry.
In fact, now I'm even wondering where we should start.
Where do you go?
The bit where you uprooted yourself from the industry for some time, or how you just came back with a bang? What happened? Where did you disappear to? We missed you.
I guess ulienda wapi? I went to discover different parts of me that did not involve music. Sorry
about that.
It's the corona. I went to discover different parts of me that didn't involve music because I started making music from 19. And 19 is such a tender age. So I had been a musician for all of my developing years. So I believed that parts of me had not also developed at the same time. And I did not enjoy being famous anymore. I really wanted, I wish I could just remove my face, put it on the counter, wear another one and walk outside.
COVID didn't help with the masks.
That was the best time of my life. But somebody recognized me, the mask and a kofia and shades, and I said, you must have a problem. You must have a problem. How do you know who I am? So it's going out, discovering different parts of myself, other things I could do. I got into business and got into skydiving, a little bit of farming, but I didn't enjoy that too much. So now I felt like my whole garden had different flowers apart from just the grass that was music.
Oh wow, that's a beautiful analogy, by the way.
Yes, it is.
That's good that you took a break, to just discover yourself outside of music. I've not actually heard of that. A lot of people think that since you're passionate about music, that you don't have other things that you want to explore other than, music itself. But so now, Chonjo, how long did it take you to work on the
album?
On the album,
Chonjo,
and when did you start? Since now you are like, okay, fine, I've taken a break. I've been able to discover these things about myself. I've been able to start Biashara. What inspired you to get back, and what inspired you to
get back? There's this thing, even I was so happy when I was watching a Craig David interview and he was talking about it. Was just like, I thought it was the only one who felt that thing. It's like a mosquito on your neck. You're trying to run away, it keeps on bugging you. It's just like you have to come back. It whispers, you have to come back. You hear a song, you hear somebody has laid a verse and you're just like, I could do that better in my sleep. And it was that constant call back, like it was something that was whispering back to me. And so I just started messing around with the YouTube beats. And literally this time last year is when the Chonjo project started. So it's been a full year.
It's been a full year of you working on it.
So when it goes down, I want to scream and punch somebody in the face.
I was just about to say, if you've been working on your car for a whole year, and finally you're ready to drive it, and you come outside and it's not there.
Punches everywhere, and it's good.
That's just a bummer. But what I want to know is, why did you decide to come back with a collaborative album with Scar, and why Scar?
Good question.
Because I think before you went on your break, one of the last jams you released was Sana Sana,
which was with him, And at that point, we didn't even know each other that well. I don't know, I thought of a collaborative album because I was like, I feel like if I did do a comeback by myself, it wouldn't have the same ripple effect as if it was a joint album. So it felt like a good idea. I was just like, if Kanye, Jay-Z is always doing joint albums. So I don't see why I can't be the Kenyan version of doing joint albums with different people.
I dig that.
And then like also that he was still in the game for 3 years. I needed also somebody who is now starting to pop. And who understands what the industry has changed into, because it's really changed. I'm really learning. I'm back to being a student.
Really?
Oh my God. You have to run. You have to kimbia. You have to have a song CG out how many times.
Yeah.
You have to be on people's face. You have to do TikTok now. You have to do YouTube. So before you had to just go to a newspaper. Now there's so much you have to do around the industry. So it was me also learning, and it was also me perfecting my rap skills also, because it was like rap bootcamp for a year of just learning and perfecting my skill around somebody I consider the best lyricist in Kenya right now.
Awesome. That's amazing. Now, what was I going to ask? Now you're talking about how the industry has changed. Do you feel like you still have the same audience, or now you have a new audience? And since you started working on Chonjo, do you feel like maybe your style of rap or your niche has sort of changed since you took the 3-year break to rediscover yourself? Do you feel like that has even influenced your music?
Yes, completely. It has. I'd say before I was more timid. And right now, I am less timid than I am. As I said, I don't know, it was 3 days ago. I said, I'm going to become are you allowed to cuss here?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I'm going to become an asshole. Like, I think I should start becoming an asshole, because assholes, nobody fucks with assholes.
Exactly,
Yeah?
independent.
Yes, independent, everything. So even in your rap thing, you're really talking about yourself, the way you envision yourself. Now I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Now I'm this lady who can run the show.
Yeah.
Before it was more timid because I didn't know myself that well. So there's that change of assurance in yourself, which just shows up in your assurance in your lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dope, and I believe it's dope. And you leave it there and you continue somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I guess that the 3-year break then did you.
It was the best thing I've ever done for my life.
It was the best thing that you've ever done for yourself. And honestly, when I listen to your music, and since I've listened to Chonjo now, I think this is the 3rd time I've listened to it today.
Okay.
Your lyrics, the way you write, there's a way you write that just that type of flow is not something I hear from very many rappers. I don't want to say female rappers because it's all rappers. The way you flow and the way you spit, that's why that was one of the first questions I asked you. How did you learn how to spit like that?
How do you learn?
You can tell that this is, an artist who has really put in effort into her craft, even in how she delivers, how you deliver your music. So big ups to you.
Thank you.
I want us to listen to a bit of some music from Chonjo.
Yes, please.
Let's bless our listeners' ears. And so, okay, now I'm gonna ask you, out of all these 10 tracks,
what's my fave?
your fave? And I know they're all your babies, but you have to pick one.
My favorite songs, that's true, they're all my babies. I've literally had this album I think 500 times. I remember having a moment on Thursday where I was just like, this is my last time listening to it alone.
But then does that get tiring? Do you get exhausted?
You get so exhausted, yeah.
Where you feel like you even have to cleanse your palate.
You do, yeah. Now I'm just like, it's yours, this for the world. But yeah, my favorite song is, I have 2. There's Nairobi Pengs is one of my favorites.
Yes.
And Hush Hush.
Hush Hush.
Yes.
I want to play
Hush Hush.
Hush Hush.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. It is your girl Secretly July, and I am here with Wangechi.
Yo.
We are having a blast. We are talking about her new album, Chonjo with Scar. But before we get to that, I want you to follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on Instagram at 254.radio. Follow us on Twitter at 254radio online, and follow me as well on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Secretly July. Do you want to give us your handles?
If I can remember them entire. Okay, follow me on Twitter at, what am I called on Twitter? I'm called Wangechi Kenya on Twitter. And on Instagram, I'm called Wangechi Music on Instagram. And then on Facebook, I'm called Wangechi Kenya also. Yes,
And
so follow
YouTube,
me everywhere.
Wangechi.
YouTube Wangechi. Just type Wangechi, you'll find me everywhere.
Wangechi. So we were just listening to her 2 favorite tracks.
Pengs and Hush Hush.
I really like Pengs.
Oh, really?
I would say it's one of my favorite ones.
Oh.
I would say, because I feel like it's dedicated to babes
Yes,
like me.
yes,
of course.
yes.
So I'd pick that one, and I'd pick Chonjo itself.
Oh, really?
And also the one with Wendy K, because
Mahaba.
I really like the vocal.
Oh my God, she did that in like, okay, Wendy K was a fantastic collabo to have, because we sent her the track, she sent it back in like 2 hours, and she was in Mombasa, and we had the vocals and we recorded it the next day.
You know, I find it so fascinating how artists like yourself can, you know, just churn out music like that. At 2 hours, someone has sent back this and that.
You're about to sleep, you get ping.
No,
and vocals
I feel
are
like
being
it
laid.
would take me a whole week.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, it would take me a whole week. So I mean, that's incredible. But so now tell me, what were some of the challenges when it came to making this album?
Some of the challenges to
over
make
the past 1 year.
I had a challenge almost every day. Let's see, which one do I start with? The first challenge of making the album was around December. We lost the album. Not we, somebody lost the album.
Yeah.
One of the producers on the music didn't back it up. So in December there was no Chonjo album. Absolutely. And then we went back to recording it in January. So that was like the first challenge. The second one, I'd say some other challenge we experienced is like the video interpretations that we wanted for the songs inside the album did not come up to our liking. So most of what we put out is like the second edition of like the songs. And there are no internal challenges or like feeling like you couldn't do it, because every day you are just ready to do Chonjo, because we did it in such a nice way. We went to we went out of town for like a week. So it was just recording music for a week. Came back to Nairobi, continued our lives, and another week again we took off to go and record the music. So recording process was actually my most enjoyable part of this whole album.
Oh, wow.
Everything else has just swarmed after, and I'm just like, I miss the actual making of the music part of this mini album.
Yeah. And what's your writing process like? I'm really interested in that.
My writing process, I am not the fastest writer, I would say that. So I like writing before I enter the studio, so I can have everything ready. I'm going to like waste people's time inside there, and I'll probably write something, then I say I have to come back and you do that tomorrow, but it's late now. So I like doing it at home when I'm inside my own zone and I'm listening to myself more than I am having the pressure of, you got to record this in time, you got to finish and all those things. I can have my drink by me, a nice glass of wine, just be laying in the couch. So my writing process is a calm writing process. Yeah.
Usually, you know, drink, and when you're writing, it's okay. Because, you know, with different people, some people prefer to meditate even before they write. Some, you know, they prefer to be completely wasted. With you, do you have to be in a particular state of mind, or whatever comes to you comes to you?
Of course, the two states of mind I have to be in. I have to be in a state of calmness or in a state of pain. Yeah, to write the best. Yeah,
to be inspired by it. Oh, okay.
It's so bad. I hate it, because I'm just like, we have a toxic relationship with music. You can't write when you're happy, but when you're sad, man,
that's when they start
like
coming out.
tracks chucking from your body immediately. Yeah.
Okay. So now, I wanted us to talk a bit about. You had mentioned something to do with pressure, about, you know, the pressures of being, you know, a female rapper. I don't want to call you female rapper, but for this question, a female rapper in Kenya. What are some of the challenges coming back that you've already started to face?
I think the challenge that I've already started to face is people thinking they can check you because you're a woman, and thinking they can get away with so many things just because you're a babe, and they think because they treat other babes like this, supposedly you come to Wangechi's office and you think you're also messing with the same type of females, and it's not the same type of thing. And it's also, you have to be 2 times better than your male equivalents for you to be given the same amount of bragging rights with them. So it's, you're either working harder than them, or either you're standing up for yourself more as a female artist. So you can't just, it's not that easy of an environment to grow in. And I understand why most of the females come in, get a family and leave, because that's a calm life you're going back to. When you're over here in the industry, it's just, if it's not asking for sexual favors, it's you being looked down on. If it's not you being looked down on, it's you being taken advantage of. It's you entering into such bogus contracts. So when I came back, I knew I had to dot my I's and cross my T's, because people want things for me that are mine and that I don't want to give them.
Yeah.
So it's just you have to come back with a kidogo muscle. Go to the gym, grow some muscle, and be a bad bitch.
I really
And
like
an
that.
asshole, as I say.
I really do like that. And so for someone who's listening right now, because I'm pretty sure, you have a large fan base, and in that fan base, you have, someone who listens to your music, and they're like a young girl out there who listens to your music, and she's like, I want to be like that when I grow up, quote unquote, or I want to, aspire to be like Wangechi.
My
How?
advice.
Yes, your advice.
It's so funny because I've been for the past week,
Yeah.
there've been like 2 upcoming female musicians who've reached out for advice. And I'm just like, no, am I the auntie? Am I Wangechi the auntie? But
Not
it's
so much, no.
not so much, yeah.
No, Niju Mefika, you've reached a whole different league.
Yeah,
so
it's like
of course.
experience of how did I
Yeah.
get here. So
Yeah.
my advice to female artists, especially if you're young, any way that you can, in your best of ability, own your masters. Own your masters for your music. Don't have anybody pulling you around and hanging a carrot over your head because they have your music somewhere locked inside their desktop and their laptops and they don't want to give it to you. I don't know how you can do it, because I know when you're upcoming, like I was upcoming before, and you don't have the money or the financial backing to be able to own those things. And I've seen even like one of my friends, I won't even make a mention of who it is, trying to come back to the industry, but he's so locked up in a contract and with somebody else because of not being able to own your own music. So in whichever way you can, especially as a female, figure out a way that you can own your music at the end of the day. Because that's fucked me up before.
Yeah.
And that's why this round I was just like, dot my I's, cross my T's, everything I need to own. And here I am still, but now here I am with so much backing and contractual agreements that it's just like, I'm telling people the songs will be up soon. It's not dirty. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. This will be dealt with quickly. And then we're going to be back up. But yeah, own masters.
So wait, what are some of the repercussions that come with you not owning your music? Because, maybe someone can see, oh, this is a good deal, but this label is going to own all my music and have whatever creative control. Or what are some of the repercussions that come with you not owning your music? Is it that you don't get paid, or you don't get... it's just...
I don't know. It's like you don't own yourself. I don't even know how to put it. It's like music is your soul, so you don't own your soul at that point. So it can be taken away from you at any point. You can also not make any money from it because all the streams will be going back to it, to that person or whoever it is. And what else can happen? I think those are the two biggest things. And also you can also be put in a position where you cannot perform that music anywhere. So you also can't make money from that music when you get on a stage.
And it is you who
It is
was
you.
in the
You can hear your
booth?
voice inside there, but you just Wangechi.
That's painful.
It's so painful.
That's painful.
So painful, yeah.
Has that happened to you before?
Okay, me, I can perform because me don't fuck with me, but tell you, come and ask how much I was paid. Me, I was paid 0 bob. But I've seen somebody going through that where, like, if you get on stage, they have to figure out what percentage has to go back to that person. And is that person with you on stage sweating? No, they're not. But they know they own it.
Damn. That's insane. The more I've been working here and, interviewing, this is my second Women's Takeover Wednesday show, by the way. This is not something I'm used to. So even me, I'm in new territory.
Okay.
But with a few artists I've interviewed, what I keep hearing is the music industry in Kenya is tough, or just in general, anywhere. The music industry is tough, especially on women. So big up to you for, making a name for yourself. I can't imagine even how thick your skin is by now with the things that you've been through and things you're still going through, like today, with everything that's going on. I have so much more respect for you as an artist and for you as a female artist, because I know it's not easy.
It's not at all.
It's not easy. And that's why it's so important for us listeners to support artists like you.
Especially Kenyan artists.
And so for me, in my eyes, you've made it. But is there such a thing as that? Is there
In my eyes.
from
Hey,
English today, guy waka. No, from my perspective, you've made it. Is there such a thing, as in you've made it, Ama, you have to keep going?
I've actually never reached there. Yeah, there's a moment I felt like I did.
Yeah.
But then everything else was taken away from me after that. I was just like, okay, so now I'm back to scratch again. But I think the first moment I ever felt like, wow, I've made it was when I had the Tasker song that I did for them playing on TV. And then a lady called me and told me that song is one of her child's most favorite because it's so catchy. And it says, ooh, wow. When I did make it. And I was just like, okay, this is the first time I felt like I'm Sani.
Wow.
Whenever I used to have those moments where I feel like that.
What are some of the things that actually keep you going when it comes to music and your craft? You know, like hearing, that's my child's favorite song.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's something that really warms your heart.
Yeah.
What are some of the things, even your fans, that tell you or they say that keep you going, Wangechi?
I think it's just the fans. It's just them. Even if they think they're the smallest person or you didn't remember meeting them on that day or whatever, especially when I was out for 3 years, it's them who brought me back because it reached a point where I was just like, okay, there are many people who miss me.
Yeah.
I must have been doing something. Then also on the other side, I'm also like, I'm tired of being us when I'm coming back. Let me come back so those stories just stop. I'm sick and tired of these questions. Yeah.
And then now I was going to ask you.
Hey, June, your book has so many red lines.
Insha.
La, 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 la.
There's nothing we can't run out of topics. I have enough.
Wait, is it June or July? It's July.
July.
Sorry,
It's okay.
June, July.
You can call me July.
August. No.
But I was gonna ask you. Yeah, you said how part of the 3 years you decided to start Biashara. Did you start your Biashara with the Prisk check you got?
You got a priest check? Oh, the 2K one.
The 2K one.
No, that
Tell
check,
us
every time it comes, it
Biashara
always goes to a
started with that.
booty.
What was that about? Why are artists being paid 10? Okay, if we had the answers by now,
Yeah.
But $10, that's what our
Artists.
government has decided. These are the royalties we're going to pay our artists.
For our music being played on radio.
Yeah.
And the radio makes money from the advertisements. So they need that music to constantly make money from the advertisements. So why are we still being paid that? I don't know. But rumor has it the big dogs are not paying out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the problem is? And do you think there's any solutions? So as
I had a solution in my head, but before I get so many people, we just do a class action.
Yeah.
All of us just come together. I don't know whether it's me who likes going to court. Because I am again just like, on Monday I'm going to court. But yeah, it's just a class action. We come together. We say, these guys are not paying us. And we want these radios to be opened. And we start making money from streams in the radio stations that are being used to book advertisements. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's brilliant.
That's the only way to do it.
Might as well start it.
I might as well. I just need to get 12 people.
12. No, 11. 11 people.
11 people.
That's all you need. Guys, we are having a nice, lovely evening on Radio 254 Women Takeover Wednesday. It is your host, Secretly July, and I am here with Wangechi. We were just having a couple of discussions about different things. But anyways, please follow us on all our socials, and I hope you are enjoying our show.
Yes, goodness me. Nimemisi place.
Hey,
I've missed this place with everything in my soul and my body.
Where have you been, mama?
Here, there, everywhere. It was time for someone else to sit on that seat. A hot seat.
Me.
Yeah. Pretty girl called Secretly July. Hello, everybody. Hi, Nairobi. Hello to the world. It is Tata Nyaks. And you guys know Wednesdays is hump day. It's my favorite day of the week because it's Women Takeover Wednesday.
Amen.
And the babes we're having here, Wangechi. Hey, have you ever looked for a babe?
Ebu tell me.
Let me tell you, I've looked for this babe even in the club.
So
I've
I'm
never sat
lucky.
down next to a babe and you're just like, baby, no, you should come to Radio 254. So this is a dream to see you here, man.
No, but I knew when I should come. And
Yes.
I'll come at the right time.
Yeah.
You see?
Facts.
You
Facts.
can ask me and I know what my plan is and I know what you guys your plan is.
Right. And you are right on it.
I was right on the point.
You
I
know,
knew when I'm
everything
gonna
is
come.
timing, and you did proper timing. So, man, I'm just curious. I have a, look at me over here, forgetting that
You know
we're
the
in a
rules
show.
of radio, you don't have your phone. You have your phone on silent.
You know, and I've just heard that whole ting. So I wanted to find out, what is your favorite Canon song
Favorite Kenyan song
of all time?
Of all time.
Of
Oh,
all
that's a
time.
good question.
of all time.
all
Of
Time.
all time.
Of all, I have two.
I
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
Majors. Tin, tin, tin. Niko poa.
Uh-huh.
Then there's this song, I don't know if you know it, by Kerry Upton and some chick called Waridi. Kweli, kanibadilisha kweli.
Wow.
Rahawanipa. I'm gonna remix it in the next month. I already know I'm gonna do it.
I'm
but
here
you
for
have
it.
To sample that song. That song matters me. I know you don't know it, guys. 'cause
Yeah,
Gen Z-
honestly, me, actually, yeah, because me, I'm 17. Boy, I claim my age. All right,
too.
a Kenyan song you find funny,
I find funny, like hilarious.
like hilarious.
Haha, this shit is funny.
Yeah,
Like this shit is funny. Like it's.
you'll check her every time you just hear this jam. You just check her.
That's a hard one.
Hey.
Oh wait, nyundo yangu sasa itaua wapi?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
What
funny
about you?
song.
There's this song this guy did about bananas.
Okay, okay.
Nyambane.
Nyambane. That one. How
The
does
guy
it
who
go?
got
I
his
forgot.
degree
Yeah,
in 7 months.
Sweetie, banana.
exactly that one. You should sample that as well.
No, that one doesn't inspire me.
It didn't do it for you like that.
the chimadings inside me.
Yeah, mine has to be taka 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 taka.
Oh, wow,
That
wow,
song
wow. That
finishes
song
me.
finished me.
What?
Was that about babes?
Yeah, this
Right.
guy was so hot. He went to Churchill, bro. Like this guy went through it. But it's Nairobi, or rather Kenya. All right, what is the song that you must play to showcase Kenya? One song to showcase Kenya. One.
To showcase Kenya.
Yeah. If someone from outside tells you, listen, I know you're from Kenya, give me one jam.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Question.
I would have said a Kamula song, but that was like a long time ago. So it can't
Still.
be.
Still.
To
It's a Kenyan
showcase
song.
Kenya.
To showcase Kenya.
Actually, you know what? My Tasker song.
Hey, I like that
With the
one.
video.
Yeah.
That would showcase Kenya. The
Facts.
fullest.
Facts.
100%.
Actually, that will become my next
Answer.
answer to that. What about you?
Nairobi.
Do you represent Nairobi like that?
I do.
You do?
I love this chaotic city. I do.
Makes one of us. Mine has to be Usimpero.
Oh.
Why? I always say it has the greats for me because Shinsky's there, Nameless is there. Like these guys
Barry
are
is
just,
there.
you know,
That's
I
one
rate
of
the
my
love
favorite
child.
songs also, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's also my heartbreak song, you
What
know.
happened to that babe? Anyway, okay.
T for tough. That's a story we can talk outside. Love song.
What's that? What do you say? Is that a question?
Your favorite love song?
Wow.
Wow. I think I'm just saying whatever comes to my head.
Right.
Asha's Good Kisser.
Kenyan.
Kenyan.
Oh, but that's
Strictly
a good
Kenyan
song.
music
sorry.
and content on Radio 254.
Hey,
Kenyan music.
Yeah, but that's a great song. Let me tell you, that song gives me so. Ooh,
I think Sanaipe is Mfalme wa Mapenzi.
ooh,
wow.
that video though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that's the day I fell in love with Sanape. I was just like, yo, as in you're just too fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like this babe. Woo. What about you?
Wow. Can I steal her option?
No,
Okay.
you have to stand on your own.
I guess Malaika Banyashinsky.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Malaika
sweet
is
song.
a sweet song.
That is such a sweet song.
Yeah.
That is such a sweet song. Mine has to be Safe Space by Kinoti.
Oh,
I love that song.
That
So
has been my
Kinoti
my
is one of my
favorite.
favorite youngest. Okay, he's not young. Okay, he is. He's
He's
deaf.
young.
He's deaf young.
He's young.
But so he did
deaf?
this. He's he's definitely young.
Oh.
He did this project. His EP is called Heart to Heart, HEART to HURT, right? So it's this lovely, like, You know those
to her.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So you know these guys who make you feel you're back in high school, you have butterflies and you've just talked to your first crush, and that's the type of feeling and vibe. And he's really, really talented and he's a dope performer as well. What is your favorite Canon song?
Where did I start?
I did. That's where I started.
No.
Yeah.
You
For
said-
her.
Oh, yeah.
You?
At the moment, Nakufa.
Ooh, by Okello Max.
Okello.
And Ben Soul. It's a very nice rumba jam. When I'm feeling rumbas, hey, that's a sweet song.
Yeah.
My favorite current song is Gokisha by Njeri. She just dropped it, I think, last week or the week before. She had dropped an album, Drugs. Dear Romance, You Got Sweet. Fantastic album. One of my favorite songs there is Ecstasy. But now she dropped Gokisha. And you know, like when an artist moves from what you always hear,
And what
then
you
she comes
expect.
and she's like a bad bitch on it. Like she comes with the fire. Dead. Now, Wangechi, I want to know the 3 must-hear songs that you have. To anyone who's never heard you before, 3 must-hear.
To know who
Of my own.
Wangechi is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like like if I was recommending myself to somebody else.
Yes.
I'd be like, yo guys, listen to this one, and this one.
Yeah.
3 must-hear songs
Must.
I do have. Guys, I don't know, it's the booze that you've been giving me. But my thinking has slowed down. 3 must-hear songs. And I don't want to only focus on the current album.
Mm-hmm.
3 must-hear songs. This is a tough one. Okay, let me just start. Sawa. The fans love Sana Sana.
Ooh, I'm one of them.
And I think that changed my whole trajectory of where I was going to take my music after that.
Right.
Before I took my music there, my favorite song of my own that I did was Tulia 2 with HHP, rest in peace, and
Right.
Kasungura. And then after that, currently in the current album, I would say must hear has to be
Honestly, I agree. That jam just did something to me.
Yeah, different things.
That one.
Simunanimaliza.
Hey, because unatumalizanga. That's for sure. So before I check out, because I was just coming to do a small cameo like this, like that, I wanted to know what was the hardest song to write on this project and why?
What was the hardest song to write on this project and why?
Yeah.
I think the hardest song to write on this project was Receive. Because Receive was me receiving directions from Ska of how he'd love this song to sound. So it was the first time I was just like, let me be your
Receive.
muse into
Yeah.
how you want to receive this song and understand, because he really felt that's Ska's favorite song on the whole album. So I had to perform this for his best work.
Right.
So it's just there. Fanya hii vocal hivi. Fanya hivi.
Yeah.
My vocals were being burst. And I'm just like, you know, I'm a rapper, I'm not a singer.
Right.
So that was one of my hardest songs to pull through. And then I think Wewega, because Wewega was the first one I ever wrote. Because Wewega was immediately after a breakup.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of Chonjo.
Ooh, because you got to stay ready.
No, because you have pain. Now you're calling for it in music. But small pain, not a lot of pain.
Aye, it's okay. We can simp. We can simp. We can simp a little bit.
It was 40, it wasn't 100. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the 2.
What was the easiest?
Easiest. I will be paying those done in like 10 minutes.
Hey, for real. You just done. Flew.
Hash 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We went home.
I
Okay.
respect that.
Mad. I
That's
also
crazy.
respect that. Have you ever written a song?
Yes.
Oh, ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sing as well. When are you dropping your project?
Hey,
Even as-
Mtangoja.
Tutangoja nini, bro? Drop it.
Imagine drop. Man,
Drop.
We'll see.
Like, female
Drop.
musicians need to be populated inside this country.
Yeah.
So drop. Populate. In getting the SoundCloud everywhere. You need to be just enter all of us so that we can be the majority shareholders
Yeah.
for once.
You get
For
what
once, we just
For
take
once,
this
majority
place
shareholders.
by storm. I'm here for it. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and co-host
Imagine
with
you
you.
don't have to go.
Imagine.
Just imagine.
Just imagine. But thank you so much for co-hosting. I appreciate it. And Wangechi, thank you so much for coming to Radio
I
254.
told you I have an idea. You guys just needed to wait. I knew when I was coming.
Yeah.
Muliuliza, my DMs.
Yeah,
Show
bro.
my DMs
Show
already
them.
254.
Show them. I want to,
I'm just like, is it the same person? Matter
Yeah.
to you. Matter where.
Actually, even before I decided to take my break, the one interview I wanted to do was Wangechi.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. And here you are.
the perfect
Cheers.
time.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
It all flows.
Interview with music. Don't interview without music.
Of course. Always.
From or something.
Always. Alright, so everybody, thank you so much for listening. This is Radio 254.
I have a question for Tata Nyaks before we go. Sorry. Where's
Ooh.
Uncle Nyaks?
Wow, that is a tough question. He hasn't found me yet. You know, he's just somewhere in the wind. But at the moment, okay. Of all questions, I was not ready for that one. I wasn't ready for it. Our studio audience, today is Women Takeover Wednesday. But yes, he's somewhere. He shall find me at perfect timing as well.
Okay.
But for now, we are having fun and multi-dating and getting to know people because I think it's important.
So you're polyamorous?
I'm not polyamorous per se, but I'm
Open
big.
relationship.
No, when I'm in a relationship, I don't share. I'm a last born. I've never known how to share and I don't share my things.
Also a last one.
Yeah, like hey, I don't share. I never learned how to share. I'm not sharing my romantic partner, please. I'm sorry.
Romantic rivals.
Hey, I love that song.
like that.
Why didn't you even say that? That's one of my favorite songs. But yes, so for me, I believe in multi-dating because I think you'll never know what you actually like until you go out there and see what you like, what you don't like, what you like, what you don't like. As I said, I'm strictly monogamous when I'm in a relationship. For all those who are coming for me and if I'm not in a relationship with you, then I have multiple people that I'm in relationship with. Yeah. Or a thing this way and that way. Do you have Mr. Secretly?
Aki guy, wapi. I'm too
Secretly June.
busy.
Secretly August.
Pia amejificha mali.
Stop these jokes, guys. It's the booze. These guys are
too busy.
kunywa in me.
Yeah, ooh, I like that response. I'm too busy. I'm
But
chasing the bag.
Soon.
Perfect timing. Yeah. Shout out to Gikosh for saying it's lovely to hear me on airwaves. I appreciate that. Of course,
Yeah.
babe.
I'm in a room, so I'm just chatting with you guys. So I always forget the other people listening to our conversation.
No, for sure. But that's the whole purpose I think that I love about Radio 254. That we're here to have a conversation and get to know each other better. Have questions that not many people will ask or think of asking. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to get you to know you better, get to know Secretly better. And you know, that's how we get to love each other. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, that's from me, Tata Nyaks. I love all of you guys and have a blessed and delightful hump day. Mnipate pale mnanipatanga, sindio? Winks. Bye.
By next door.
It's ladies' night. Hey, me lazima niende.
For promo, so.
Oh, that part. But they give us some good.
You are listening to Radio 254. I am your host, Secretly July. That was Nyaks who just stopped by to say wagwan. We miss her so much. And I'm here with Wangechi in the studio.
What do you do? What it is.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you liking the show so far?
I love it. This is one of my favorite radio interviews I've had.
Yeah?
I know you say you're new to the game,
Yeah?
but I think when you get better, no, it's not that you're not better, but when you get older, when you get into the growth system of life,
Yes.
it's gonna be fantastic.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It really does. Now, I was going to ask you, since you are so good at what you do you ever get insecure about your craft? Does Wangechi ever get insecure about her craft? Or does she know, okay, sawa, I know I'm good, period?
I do get insecure about my craft, but less nowadays than it was before.
Yeah.
Because as I told you, nowadays I changed my whole tactic and understanding myself, and it became more of a bad bitch in my head.
Yes.
So insecurities are no longer there, but my insecurities are inside me. Because even like right now in the Chonjo album, there's some songs I can listen to and I'm just like, I should have changed that thing before this album came out. So I have so many pointers in my own head. So my insecurity does not depend on other people. My insecurity is inside myself.
So that means, so if you listen to the Chonjo album right now and you feel like that means that you can never really fully polish something, or where you feel like, oh, I could have added this, I could have done this better. That still stays.
I should have changed this verse, and probably I find listening to it like, this is the best thing I ever heard. And me, I'm just like, in this verse, I don't know why I did not remove it. I don't know why I didn't change it, but it's out there and it's for the world now. It never changes.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
It does happen to the greatest, actually.
It happens to the greatest. I second that
It does.
day.
It does.
I second that. We were talking about Frisk and how they gave you a $10 check. That
2,150 bob.
2,000 bob.
150.
And 150 shillings. Sorry, I forgot to add that. That's a very healthy check. Wow.
Yeah. That was Yakutoa, please.
Aki. Aki. Speaking of that, for individuals who want to, get into the industry and want to get into music and think that that's how they're going to make bank, because music is it's already an extreme sport from what you've told me. Guys who want to get in, what do you have to tell them with them who get in with the mentality? Actually, I have two mentalities. There are people who get in thinking that's how they'll make bank, and then there's people who get in for all the wrong reasons. They have all the wrong eggs in their basket. What do you have to tell them? Like, what? Music
is a long game. There's no because you released a track last week, you're going to get bank by the week after. Literally, you get bank by 3 months after when the track starts popping. Like, let's say I invested all this money into Chonjo. In my head, I already know I have 6 months of bad news and then 6 months of good news after that. Literally, that's the thing I give myself. So if anybody gives me bad news between today and December,
yes,
I already prepared my soul and my heart to receive it. So I already know that's when it's going to happen. And then all the big bang comes after that. Because you have to continuously create to become something worth somebody partnering with you in Kenya. So first of all, there's never a big bank on the first day of your release. If there is a big bank, be very wary about that, because that means you're a one-hit wonder. And that's going to go. If there's none, also be very comfortable with that, because that means that you're a more of a lifetime artist. That's what I'm saying for my 9 years being inside here. And what was your second one?
Mentality for, I just want to do this to become
rich,
for revenge success, or to become famous.
People like fame.
Imagine, you'll be surprised. People will do anything for clout.
That's wild. Me, I wish I was those Hamid musicians. You know Hamid?
Yes.
I was like Daft Punk. If I wish I had a mask.
A mask on.
Then I can just live my life like day to day. I continue. I enter into Tao, number 3. Everything is okay. So if you enter into it for the fame, you'll find the fame. It's there, but is it worth your life and your soul? Inside there. If it's the real amount of fame that you're about to taste,
would you take it back? Like you were telling me about how you wish sometimes you could just remove your face. Would you take being Wangechi back? And
100%. If I had the moment when I was 19 and I made my first song, I would have never done it.
What?
100%.
Really?
100.
Tell me more about that.
I would have refused to get on that Ligiso remix and I'd have gone home.
What?
I remember going for Ligiso. I had my bag.
Yeah.
There was no Uber, so I walked until I could find taxis. And I said, I'm going to record a song. Do you know where this place is in Suji Runda? And I was dropped there. I lied to my mom, first of all, Suji school is being opened early. And I was just like, if I was Wangechi on that day, I'd have stayed home and I'd have slept. And I feel like my life would have been a bit more around my character. It would have been a bit more better for me. But then God gives you your life destiny. I don't know. Yeah. So if I'm stuck here, I might as well make the best out of it.
Just don't go on another hiatus.
Not
you can't make any promises.
Not soon, but sooner than later.
Yeah. You'll have to, wrap it up and say.
I'm giving it a good. And I'm not tell people. Anyway, I'm here forever.
Just lie to us. Tell us some
I'm
sweet
here
nothings.
forever, guys.
You're here to stay now.
I'm so amped. I'm so ready for this thing. Yeah?
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
If I had the opportunity, I was 19.
Yeah.
I'd have not done it.
We would not be blessed, Basi. Me, I beg to differ. I'm glad that right now, we have the privilege of listening to your music. On another note, I'm pretty sure by now in so many interviews you've been, asked about your accident that happened 6 years ago. I'm not going to get into that. For me, all I wanted to say is I thank God that you're here today.
Oh, okay.
That was something, intense that you went through, and I'm just glad that you're here today.
Thank you.
But what are three things that you are most grateful for, that every day you wake up and you're like, I have these 3 things, I have to keep going?
I have these 3 things that I have to give my friends. My friends, music,
Yes.
last but not least, my personality.
And
Me, I'm tenacious as fuck. Let me tell you something about me.
uh-huh.
You can throw a bomb to me and I'll just morph around the bomb and I'll just be like,
Catch it.
So it's a bomb. Boom. Morph into something else. I become water. You've made me liquid, I become gas. Like it's just a thing of just moving on.
Like a phoenix, you rise from the ashes.
Rise from the ashes and I
Rise
burn
from the
everybody
ashes.
else. If
I
you're hearing
hate
me right
that.
now, I'm going to burn you. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, July. You've got me on a day where I have someone to bile inside
It's okay,
my
man. I love
soul.
it. I love it.
So
I
much
love it.
bile, yeah.
I love it. So I'm a creative as well. And I usually go through intense moments of creative blocks where I feel so uninspired. Yani is just like, I wish I had some chaos in my life just to inspire me. How do you usually overcome some of your creative blocks?
Well, I had a creative block for 3 years.
How did you?
How do you overcome a 3-year creative block?
Yes. In fact, that's the best example.
Yeah.
How do you overcome a 3-year creative block?
It had to be an end of a relationship. And
How long was the relationship?
it was short, man. Imagine that thing was 10% of pain, not 100. It was like 6 months.
Yeah.
But it had to be that. And then it also had to be to overcome a creative block. You need to feel like the Kenyan industry needs you to polish it, especially the rap industry for the females.
Yes.
It was becoming a bit too much of Gengeton and Kapuka. And I don't think there was enough of a hip hop representation of a female artist. I had to come back and glue that up. So that's my main aim right now. Just be like, if you're talking about female hip hop artists, there's Wangechi on this side, then all the rest can do the Kapuka and the Gengeton the one to do.
Yeah.
When it comes down to rap, I want to be the SI unit of what rap should be like in Nairobi. And of course, Africa.
Of course.
100%.
Amen to that. Inshallah. I really am inspired by that. I am. Now on a lighter note, we just want to know what's going on in your personal life.
I have nothing going on in my personal life
You
right
have
now.
nothing going on.
I have nothing going on. I'm in a very... Let me tell you something that happened. Let me give you a story, yeah?
Yes.
Not a story. It's not even a story. For the first time in my personal life and in my decisions around love and everything, I said, let me choose something I've never chosen before. And you know that you always have this, when you're given the red pill and the blue pill, and you as July, you say, always red pill, because this is your type, this is nini, this is what you always like. One day, Abu just tried choosing the blue pill. Let me tell you, that's where it's at.
What?
That's where the stability comes in. That's where the love comes in. That's where your person is at. Stop the red pill, guys. Choose the blue pill. That's where I am at now.
Some of us are too drawn to the red pill.
You're too drawn to red
drawn
pills.
to red
Stop
pill, and
it.
we just end up getting the same results every single time.
Every single
Keep
time
making
you're
the same
crying.
Yucky. Can't I even start scheduling some time? Okay, fine. I have 10 minutes to cry about this red pill. But I'm usually very interested when I'm by myself in the studio and I have to host alone. I often talk about mental health. How do you keep your mental health in check? What are some of the things you do? And even especially right now, you're going through a lot of pressure. I know you're going to have to keep promoting the album. You're going to have to go through a lot of situations that, God forbid, like the ones that have happened today. How do you keep, and it's very stressful, how do you keep your mental health in check? And even with, you have things to do back to back.
Yeah. How do I keep my mental health in check? I don't know. I always tell my friends, because I'm really surrounded by many people who have like anxiety and depression. And I don't know why it's never been something that does affect me that much. I think it happened post accident, where I no longer have I have a life goes on mentality in my head. Like, even if you come and you shoot me, I'm just like, hey, yeah, shot my hands. My brain is still working and life goes on. But actually, because you still have those down days, and I have a lot of those down days nowadays because I stopped going to the gym. So my first thing about mental health is my gym really does help me maintain and balance until it reaches period time. And then period time is just like fire on the mountain. Like, you fuck me up, I'm gonna hit you in the face. Yeah. Then I started meditating a lot.
Oh wow.
And meditation is really where it's at, eh?
Kabisa.
It's where it's at. In your mind for 5 minutes. You know how much work that is?
Okay.
So meditation is one of my favorites, because after I meditate, I feel calmer. But after I gym, I feel like I can take over the world. So if you bring those two at the same time, you're calm and you can also take over the world at the same time.
Yeah.
So I need to renew my subscription by next month.
Oh wow. I never actually thought about it like that. I'm sure when you combine the two, it helps. It really does. Especially in a chaotic world, the chaotic Nairobi we live in, honestly. You get that 5 minutes of meditation and your workout, you end up feeling good about yourself, you end up feeling good mentally. So I really like that. I really do. I usually meditate in the morning. If I could meditate for 3 hours, honestly. Because I would do it. I usually do an hour.
You meditate for an hour?
An hour.
That's a superpower.
Yeah, I meditate for an hour.
Wow.
Because there's a lot going on up there. Like,
The most I've done is 15 minutes.
Well, that's how I started. Until now, I made it a habit, and then now I do it for an hour.
What do you use? Is there an app you use?
No, I use YouTube. You have guided meditations. Sponsor the ones I've been doing are a bit weird. Let me just tell you, there's no one else I've told today. There's this one I discovered called quantum jumping meditation, where you imagine your desired reality. So in that meditation, you're guided to visualize. It's a visualization meditation. You're guided to visualize about your desired reality, the things you aspire to be, and feel as though physically you feel as though they are happening. So as you're going on about your day, you have those feelings of accomplishment already. And I got hooked, basically.
Wow.
I got extremely hooked. That's how I'm able to do it for an hour. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be concentrating like that for an hour.
So that means you're doing a guided one?
Yeah, a guided one.
I do unguided, so that's the difference.
I do
unguided. So I chapa 15 minutes and I'm just like, I've been in a world of zero thought. And of always, I know meditation is about not thinking.
Yeah.
That's thing I always tell people. It's about, you can notice your mind go in here and you tell it stop and come back to not thinking. That's why I'm like, an hour. When you told me an hour, I'm just like, an hour, no thoughts.
Not an hour guided.
Okay.
An hour. Those ones for sitting outside under the sun for 15 minutes I can do.
Okay.
But for an hour I have to do guided.
Okay.
But it's usually a very beautiful experience.
Oh,
that's how
imagine.
It's usually a very beautiful experience. So how have you liked my Women Take Over? On a serious note, it's okay, you can give me feedback. I'm still a baby host. That's what I've been calling
Even
myself.
if you're a baby host, where do people start from? Everybody forgets where they start from. That's also part of where your destiny is aligned into.
Oh wow.
I'd give you, out of 100, 91.
Wow. Mom, are you listening? I have gotten 91 out of 100. That is not something that I usually
91%.
Thank you.
I've been asked the questions I need to be asked. I have felt at home here.
Yes.
I've been fed. I've been given my wine.
Yes.
And there's been such great conversation. So there's nothing to go home and say, I went to such a bad interview. So it's at night, I just go home and sleep now.
Yeah. And
I've
rest
had a good time.
and continue your battles with the...
Continue my battles.
Continue
Jesus
your
God,
battles.
just
Sorry
remind
for
me.
reminding you. I should not have done that. I saw you had at least left that zone for
I
a
love
bit.
that zone, but I have to go back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. It's been amazing having you over.
it's been amazing being here.
What is your parting shot?
My
Something
parting
to
shot
say.
is this, my guys. You've had Chonjo before. It's coming back, and it's gonna be 2 times better because you know why? It's come from a battle,
Yeah.
from a war.
You may talk a war.
It needs to be here. It's been out of the system, but it's getting back into the system. And I want everybody to come together and listen to it at the same time. Maybe we have a deluxe version where we add like 2 more songs inside there that nobody has
Why
heard.
not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not make it the thing that it's come back and we have 2 more songs inside there?
Yeah. Why not?
Thinking like a mastermind.
The album is hot enough to drop twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
July.
I've got
That's
to-
gonna
I've got
be
to
our
something.
slogan.
Aki,
Hot
take
enough
it.
to drop twice. Let's go.
Yeah. Hot enough to drop twice.
Let's go.
From me, I just want to say I'm leaving here inspired. An inspired young girl who looks up to you as well. Obviously I've done my research before interviewing you. That's why I had to tailor the questions, your story, your journey, and then having to meet you and see how you are down to earth. It's been so easy to have conversations with you.
Okay.
I listen to your music and have been for a while. And honestly, it's a dream come true. But I'm living here inspired to even feel like a bad bitch and to feel like, you know what, regardless of the things that are thrown at me, regardless of the people who want to block my blessings, I have to keep fighting. And that's what I'm seeing and getting from you. And that is what is, gonna be on my mind for the rest of the week. I am inspired. As for you, I just want to tell you, keep doing what you're doing. You have no idea how many lives you're touching. And I know that's huge on the shoulders, but it's the truth. You have no idea how many, lives you're touching, like mine. And I'm just so honored, and I'm glad to have interviewed you on my second Women Takeover Wednesday show.
Wow.
I feel like I've also felt at home. I was extremely nervous before we started this interview, but now I feel like, she's a cool girl, man.
Cool,
She's so cool, man. As in, I really hope I've not let you down, But I thank you so much for coming. I thank you for feeling at home, because that is all we wanted. And I'm glad. Hopefully, I'll have you back again after the second drop. I'll reach out to you and ask you,
How was it?
How is it? How is it going? I
No.
would want to know.
They gave me a great idea. But
Yeah.
you have to drop twice.
Yeah, hot enough to drop twice, But thank you so much. For me, I'd have to say my parting shot is what? I don't really have a parting shot like that. Other than, keep yourself warm, don't fall sick. If you don't have anyone to keep you warm, just drink some kahawa, bro. Just sort. You will be okay. We will be fine. We are a very strong and brave army out here, the single guys army. If you have someone, you're lucky, but take care of yourself and make sure you take care of your mental health. That is something I will always put on to the forefront. Take care of your mental health. Kuliani muhimu once in a while. This Nairobi can get hectic. Make sure you slow down once in a while and, take a breather. But it's been amazing hosting you, and it's been amazing to host you.
So glad to be here.
Wangechi. It's been great. I will now end the show with Wangechi's song. Actually, I'm going to play something from the new album.
Please do.
Since
Let it
guys,
run it up.
you gave us a taste, and then
Play the illegal ones. Play vibes and inshallah, man.
vibes and inshallah copy.
Kapo ni ya mwisho.
Yes, track number. This is so. Wait, before I leave you, please follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on radio. At 254.radio on Instagram, at 254radio online on Twitter. listen to us on radio on our website www.254.radio, and you can follow me, your host, at Secretly July, on all social media platforms. That is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You know, give me a shout out. Text me, DM me, let me know what going. Let me know what's going on with you. Let me know what's happening, or just say hello. Go show me some love. Show us some love on all our social media handles. It's been real. This is Vibes and Inshallah by Wangechi and Skaram Cardinali.
Amen.
Yo, for real, you already know, for real.